Thomas Parr, the man who lived 152 years. On November 15, 1635, Thomas Parr was buried at Westminster Abbey in London. According to tradition, he was born around 1482 or 1483, making him 152 years old when he died. His long life amazed people, and when he visited King Charles I in London, crowds gathered to see and touch him. Although it seems unbelievable that someone could live that long. Many people at that time, including the famous Dr. William Harvey, believed it, even examined Parr's body after his death and found no reason to doubt his age. Most of what we know about Thomas Parr comes from a pamphlet written by John Taylor in 1635 titled The Old, Very Old Man. According to this account, Thomas Parr was born in Elberbury, Shropshire, England. At 17 years old, he started working as a farmer. By the age of 35, he leased his own farm, which he continued working on until he was 102 years old. At that time, he leased the farm for life, which turned out to be a bad deal for the landlords because he lived 50 years more. Thomas Parr did not marry until he was 80 years old. When he wed Jane Taylor, they had 2 children, but sadly both died as babies. When Thomas Parr was 105 years old, he had an affair with a woman named Catherine Milton, which resulted in another child. Because of his unfaithfulness, Thomas Parr had to publicly apologize at his local church. After Jane died, Thomas Parr married again when he was 122 years old. When Thomas Howard, the 21st Earl of Arundel, heard about Thomas Parr's amazing age, he decided to visit him in 1635. By then, Thomas Parr was 152 years old, blind for 20 years, and too weak to walk alone. The Earl brought him to London to meet King Charles I. When the king met Parr, he jokingly asked, "You have lived longer than other men. What you have done more than other men?" Thomas Parr replied, "Sir, I did penance when I was 100 years old." In London, Old Thomas Parr became famous overnight. Famous painters like Peter Paul Rubens and Anthony van Dyck painted his portrait. Thomas Parr used to a simple country life, now eat rich foods and drank fine wines, which soon made him sick. Just 2 weeks after arriving in London, he fell gravely ill and died on November 13, 1635. King Charles I asked Dr. William Harvey to perform examination of his body. Harvey found that Parr's organs were generally healthy except for lung problems and a weak heart. He believed that Thomas Parr's sudden change and diet and the polluted city air caused his death. Thomas Harvey even suggested that if Parr had stayed in Shropshire, he might have lived even longer. Despite Harvey's belief, modern historians doubt that Parr actually lived 252 years. In 1837, a writer named W.J. Thoms examined the fact and found no official records, no birth certificate, baptism records, or mention of Parr in church archives. Many historians now think that Thomas Parr was actually between 70 and 100 years old when he died. Some believe that his life story may have been mixed up with that of his grandfather. Even if his age was exaggerated, Thomas Parr legend lives on. His grave is still in Westminster Abbey, and his name is honored through a place in Britain called Old Parr. If you like this video, please comment, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.